What's up, my fellow human beings? Today I'm talking about why I think Litt is the best character in Suits. When people talk about the best character in Suits, the conversation almost always comes down to Harvey Specter or Mike Ross, which makes sense because they're the main characters. Harvey is the confident closer, and Mike is the genius with a photographic memory. They're both charismatic, they're both the center of the series, and they're both incredibly entertaining and intriguing to watch. But I truly believe the best character in the entire show isn't either of them. It's Litt. Now, if you've only watched the first season, that probably sounds ridiculous. Lewis is introduced as someone you're almost supposed to dislike. He's petty, jealous, insecure, and constantly trying to prove himself to be worthy. He clashes with Harvey at every opportunity he gets, and often seems more interested in winning office politics than actually working with the people around him. But that's exactly what makes him such an excellent and interesting character. Unlike Harvey, Lewis isn't effortlessly cool. He doesn't walk into a room and instantly command respect. He fights for it. And even when he gets it, he never completely truly believes he deserves that respect, which is pretty sad, honestly. That insecurity is the foundation of his character. So many of Lewis's mistakes don't come from him being malicious. They come from fear. Fear of being overlooked. The fear of being forgotten. The fear of not being appreciated, no matter how hard he works. The fear he'll always be in the shadow, second to someone like Harvey. And honestly, that's something most of us, the viewer, can relate to. We've all wanted to be seen. We've all compared ourselves to someone who seems naturally better than us. We've all made bad decisions because our emotional side has taken over, because we felt hurt or ignored. This is why Lewis feels so human. One of the biggest reasons I have massive respect for him is because he isn't afraid to show his emotions, which is a very strong trait to have. Lewis is the best character because of how much he changes throughout the whole series. Character development isn't just about becoming a better person overnight. It's about going through the tough patches and coming out a better person. That's real growth, and Suits understands that perfectly. Lewis improves, then he slips back into old habits. He earns people's trust, then loses it again. He learns important lessons, but still struggles with the same insecurities that followed him for years. This makes his development feel earned instead of forced. Every step forward feels meaningful, because you've seen how difficult it was for him to get there. And like I said previously, many of us understand that, and it makes a massive impact on his character. Another thing that makes Lewis stand out is his emotional range. 1 minute he's delivering some of the funniest scenes in the entire show, then the next minute he's involved in one of the most heartbreaking moments in the series. Very few characters can convincingly make you laugh one episode and genuinely break your heart the next, but Lewis does it over and over again. His obsession with mudding, his love of cats, his bizarre hobbies, and the way he completely overreacts to the smallest situations all makes him incredibly entertaining and super interesting. But beneath all of that comedy is someone who just wants to feel accepted. He wants people to respect him. He wants genuine friendships. He wants to know that he matters. And that's what gives all of those funny moments an emotional weight. Another huge reason Lewis's character works so well is because of the incredible performance from actor Rick Hoffman. It would have been easy to play Lewis as nothing more than the annoying co-worker. Instead, Hoffman gives him so much vulnerability that even when Lewis makes terrible decisions, you can usually understand why he made them. You might not agree with him, you might even be annoyed by him, but you almost never stop understanding him because he's a lot like us. That's incredibly difficult to pull off as an actor. I also think Lewis represents something that Harvey and Mike don't. Harvey is who most people wish they could be. Confident, calm under pressure, always in control. Lewis is who many people actually are. He overthinks, he gets jealous, he lets his emotions get the better of him. He desperately wants the attention, but not for a bad reason, because he wants to be noticed. This makes him feel real in a way that few television characters do. And because of that, his victories feel far more satisfying. When Harvey wins, you almost expect it. When Lewis wins, it feels earned and special. By the end of the series, he's grown into a completely different character, who deserves the respect of the viewer, because he has grown so much, becoming more confident, more compassionate, and far more secure than the person we met in the pilot. Not because everything suddenly became easy for him, but because he kept learning from his failures. That's what makes his journey so satisfying. So, is Harvey the coolest character in Suits? Probably. Is Mike the smartest? Without a doubt. But if we're talking about the best written character, the one with the deepest emotional journey, the most realistic flaws, and the greatest character development, I don't think anyone comes close to Litt. He's funny, he's frustrating, he's emotional, he's complicated. Most importantly, he feels human. And that's why I believe Litt is the best character in Suits. But that's just my opinion. So, who do you think the best character is in Suits? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos about TV and movies. Thanks so much for watching, and bye!